Hi everyone. Today with me, my husband. I'm gonna make an interview to him, talking about his career, and he's a surgical tech here in the Medical University of South Carolina, and he talked to us. And the first question is, what is a surgical tech?
So a surgical tech is the guy in the operating room or woman with the people in the operating room that get together all the instruments, all the supplies needed for surgery, and we hand all the instruments to the surgical staff, and keep track of all the sponges and needles that are being used during the surgeries.
You make like an inventory, or you have to count the amount.
We have to count everything. We have certain items that have to be counted. All the sponges that we use, and all the knife blades, sutures that we use, instruments. On certain cases, we have to count all the instruments, and you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of instruments on certain cases. I do liver transplants right now, and there are 5 trays of instruments that get open, and so there's probably close to 200 instruments that get counted for every one of those cases, and I have to keep track of where they're at all the time.
Okay, and what amount of your
So 29. I graduated in 95. I went to South Plains College in Lubbock, Texas. When I went, it was a 1-year program. It's now a 2-year program. So I started at Methodist Hospital in Lubbock, and
where was your first job?
it was at a Methodist Hospital in Lubbock.
Okay, and how many states you're traveling doing this work?
So I did travel nursing or travel tech off and on for about 13 years. Started out in Texas, went to New Mexico, then Washington State, California, back to Texas, Florida, and then back and now in South Carolina.
And are some things you love of your career, your profession, or what is the one things you love more?
Love getting paid.
No, the day off and the check. What in your daily work? Not what.
We make a big difference on a lot of people's lives. We can actually cure diabetes in people by giving them transplants. And I was recently, a couple of years ago, involved in a chain of kidney transplants where one person wanted to donate, but they weren't a match, so they matched them with somebody else, and that person matched with somebody else, and I think it was 4 or 5 people involved in it. Made national news. I was on TV. My 5 seconds of fame.
I'm gonna put the photo together with the video for the people look. You was in national TV, and tell me, that was one of the best experience you have, or you have another experience?
A lot of things. I mean, I've seen a lot of wild things over the years. The hospital I worked at in Washington was Harborview Medical Center, and it was a very large level 1 trauma center. We saw some of the craziest things you could imagine, or can't even imagine. You can't even imagine sitting there.
And question: you lost some tools in the process? No.
I have never in my career been responsible for leaving allowing an instrument or a sponge to be left in a patient.
Okay.
It's something I pride myself on, is do my best to make sure that the counts come out correct every time. When they don't come out correct right away, then we end up having to shoot an x-ray, and it costs the patient money, and it costs OR time. It's just not a good thing. So,
and require for you a lot of concentration for maintaining the track of the tools.
sometimes, if it's moving fast, yes, because there are so many instruments that are floating around at one time. We have four pairs of pickups, a couple pairs of scissors, retractors, different clamps and whatnot. So,
And what, because that's my idea that what happened inside of the operation room, and for me it's in a peaceful place without any noise.
No.
All people is in a
No.
quiet, and everything is in a perfect. That's happened inside.
no, it's usually a madhouse. We generally listen to rock and roll.
Oh my God.
We did have one guy that he liked country, Luke Bryan. Everybody hated it. But yeah, the majority of it, they like to listen to rock.
And how you
Kinda-
can concentrate in the environment with all people do different things at the same time. It's easy.
Usually, I mean, sometimes it gets hard. When they do organ harvesting, it can get really chaotic, because there will be as many as 4 or 5 surgeons working on this one body, harvesting multiple organs at the same time. You've got a team that takes the heart, a team that takes the lungs, another team that are taking liver and kidneys, and so I'm basically having to deal with 4 or 5 surgeons at one time, and all their instruments that they need. So there's 5 or 6 pickups that are going out there, and everybody's got scissors and suture, and so
It's a chaos.
it can be chaotic. Yeah.
Another question. You're being before in the orthopedic
Yeah.
team. It's like like a carpenter or
It's,
builder.
it's a glorified carpenter. That's what most of them will tell you. Yeah, I did orthopedics for a long time. I worked with specifically with one surgeon. I would go in on Mondays and do all of his total joints, and he did total knees and total hips. And I did orthopedics for a long time. I did a lot of orthopedic trauma, which is, I also have a background as a machinist. I was a machinist before I went to school, so some of it's the same stuff. We're using drills and taps and measuring devices, and so it kind of falls into what my old background was.
And question, we are of Greater, we build everything here. These skills you acquired in the operation room help you for build this house and build the stuff we have here?
No, YouTube did that.
YouTube was your school.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. We use YouTube in the operating room every now and then. I've seen it done.
Well, thank you so much, and it is interesting
Thanks
interview.
for having me.
And see you guys. I hope you like the interview. Please let me in the comments if you like it or not. See you.
Thanks.
Bye bye.